וערב עלינו מנחת יהודה וירושלים כמיליון שנים קדמוניות תנא דבי אלוהים כל השונה הלכות בכל יום מותר לשוב בין העולם הבא שנאמר הליכות עולם לא עתיקי הליכות אלא הלכות.
Chazak u'baruch. Welcome to the next minyan. It says in the Shulchan Aruch regarding tzitzit. If a person wants to buy tzitzit, new tzitzit, let's say there's a goy merchant, who sells tzitzit. So he doesn't have a hechsher on the tzitzit, right? Just a regular tzitzit. But he's buying it from a goy. Are you allowed to buy tzitzit from a goy? That's the question, right? So it says in the Shulchan Aruch that you can go to a goy if he's a merchant, if he's a businessman, who deals with this Judaica, all kinds of things like this, right? A person like this, you're allowed to buy from him. Even though you don't know if it's kosher or not kosher, but you know what it is? It says that it explains in the Bet Yosef. What's the reason why? Because we assume that since he's a businessman, this is his livelihood, this is his parnasah, he's not going to want to lose his business, so therefore he's going to buy only kosher tzitzit. Because if he wants to keep his business going. He doesn't want to get sued, he doesn't want to lose his business, so therefore he doesn't want to lose his reputation. You understand? This is the reason why. Not because he's honest Joe. That's not the reason why. Because he wants to keep his business going. This is the reason. So therefore, says the Maran Bet Yosef, this is the reason why you're allowed to buy from him. But if it's somebody who's not a businessman, just a regular goy, you found some tzitzit on the street, and he tells you, here, look, I found, you want to buy? You want to buy from me? Don't buy from him. Why? Because since he's not a businessman, he's not really worried, he's going to lose his business or not. So a person like that, we don't trust him.
He just wants to make quick money.
Yeah, quick, whatever, You never know where he got that stuff, And the truth is, when it comes to tzitzit, right, the problem is like this. They all look the same, so you can't really see if it was made kosher or not. You can't see. There's no way to look at it. They all look the same. So how do I know if it was done lishma, with intention, with kavanah? How do I know? How do I know if it was done like that? So it wasn't done lishma. It's not kosher. Some of the things in tzitzit. So therefore, this is the reason why you cannot buy from somebody who's not a merchant. But if he's a merchant, you're allowed to buy from him. So says Maran Bet Yosef also another thing. He says this doesn't only apply to tzitzit. It also applies to everything. So what does that mean? If you're buying something from a goy, and that goy tells you, listen, this you're buying from him, let's say, food product, like some tomato sauce, right, a paste, whatever. He tells you, the goy, kosher, don't worry, nothing not kosher in here. Are you allowed to believe him? Yes. Why? Because he doesn't want to hurt his business. Same thing. You understand? So he's not going to lie to you. If there's something non-kosher in there, he's going to tell you. Because he's not going to lie to you about that. He's going to lose his business like that. So therefore, the truth is, when you go to the store, and you want to buy some simple foods like this, tomato paste or, I don't know, some things like this, simple foods. Oil, right, is another example. Right? You want to buy oil. Does oil need a hechsher? Like what, the OU? Okay, no, it doesn't need. Why? Because it says over there, it's just oil. There's nothing else in there, the ingredients. So Goy's not going to lie to you. He doesn't want to hurt his business. So therefore, oil and things like this, food products like this, don't require really hechsher. It's good to have hechsher, Baruch Hashem. Yehudim are making parnasah, Baruch Hashem, making good money over there on that. Making lots of good money on parnasah and hechshers, doing hechshers. But the truth is, foods like this, they don't need a hechsher. So you don't really have to have a hechsher. If there's some ingredients there, that you see, that you don't know what they are, so ask a rabbi, because the truth is, I'll be honest with you, if you look on Google, you can find any ingredient, what it's made out of, so if you have a rabbi who knows how to do that, how to check it, whatever, and to see if it's kosher, that ingredient, no problem. So the truth is, what about bread, right? That's also a question, right? Bread. Am I allowed to buy bread from a goy? Goyish bread. Bread that was making by goy. So the truth is, according to Shulchan Aruch, if you have a Jewish baker in your neighborhood, you should buy from a Jewish baker. Better to buy patisel. But if you don't have Jewish bread, so you only have a goy, sometimes the Jewish bread is finished. That day it's already gone, right? Finished. Gamanu, right? Finito. So what happens is like this, that you have no choice but to go to the supermarket and buy Italian bread, whatever, something like that, right? Are you allowed to buy? Yeah, if it says, right, that it's got vegetable shortening, no meat products over there, right? No lard, Shem Yirachem, right? Doesn't say, no problem, you can buy from him because it says vegetable shortening, right? There's nothing non-kosher over there. So you're allowed to buy from him, same thing, same idea. The goy is not going to lie and say, he uses lard, and some meat, and he's not going to tell you because he's going to lose his business like that. So therefore he's afraid of that. But there's only one thing I want to tell you, right? That you have to be careful. You cannot buy from a goy. You know what it is? For sure. Meat, right? Exactly. You got it. Rabbi Yossi knows, right? When it comes to meat, there's a takana the rabbis made. Basar ne'elam min ha'ain. Right? What does that mean? That if the goy got kosher basar into his hands, and the Jew doesn't see it anymore, he didn't see it, So you're not allowed to buy that meat anymore because we're concerned maybe he switched it, He switched it and put non-kosher meat there. So in a case like that, you're not allowed to buy from a goy when it comes to meat, when it comes to basar. When it comes to other things, just regular food products, there's no problem as long as you know that the ingredients are kosher there. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen. Amen.